What's up, ladies, gents, and everyone in between? This is the Tough Runs Don't Last podcast. I'm your host, Grandpa. On this screen, that's Michelle Zangulis on the other. Say what's up, Michelle.
What's up, Michelle?
I want to start things off on a beefy note. I don't know what that means, but it means I'm going fast, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll go ahead and say this now. This is going to be our last podcast until August 10th, probably.
Yes.
All right. I am in school and I am taking basically a 5 month, what feels like a boot camp course. I basically just completed week one, and it's a lot. It's not that hard, it's just a lot.
5 week, not 5 month.
Did I say month?
You did.
5 week course, anatomy and physiology too. Takes up all my free time when I'm not working. So I squeezed in 2 runs this week. I was able to do that. And I would do another today, but I have yard work I need to do, despite getting a little bit of rain, but it's so hot out, it's going to dry up pretty quick. Anyway, before we get going, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor. I was stretching, popping my back, trying to. Anyway, it didn't work. Anyway, Tough Runs Don't Last podcast is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the one of a kind Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all 5 of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience, track it with your fitness app of choice. Screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit your screenshot to rhinoraces.com under the submit results section. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your reward will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section while you're there for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. That's rhinoraces.com. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series. You can find us, the Tough Runs Don't Last podcast, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok at TR Don't Last. All right, so what's your workout routine been like lately, Michelle?
What?
You heard me.
What?
All right, so there's not been much of one, basically.
No, absolutely not. It is summer. It's hot.
You've got a whole workout machine in your spare bedroom,
Yes, I do.
and you're not in school right now.
No, I'm not.
Okay, all right. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, I was able to squeeze in 2 runs this week. I did a little over 5 mile run on Wednesday. I wanted to try to do one Monday, and I went to Lone Oak. I went to go hang out with my mom and grandma because it was basically going to be the last time I could see them for a while. So I said, I'm going to go hang out with my family before I go run. I can do that any day. So I did that instead. I actually did run last Sunday. I did ran a little over a 5K because my plan was to not even run. And I had a headache, and the best ways for me to deal with a headache is to go sweat it out. And it worked. It got out of my system. That's easy to do in these temps. So I did that, and yeah, didn't run again until Wednesday. Running 5+ miles in the afternoon in this heat and humidity is rough. There's been a couple of times I wasn't able to get in the 5, but I would end up finishing. I just have to stop and take a break and walk a little bit and then start running again. I did it around your neighborhood in Benton a couple of weeks ago, and I did it again last week. And I guess it was last Saturday, I think it was. Not yesterday, but Saturday before last. Wednesday, I made it a point to pace myself, and I've been carrying water. I've been carrying my little water bottle thing, the handheld one that I got for the trail runs I plan to get into. I still need to get a backpack, by the way. I need to order that at some point because for the trail run I'm planning to do in August, my brother and I are planning to do a 20-mile trail run. It's going to be rough. And it's going to be tempting probably to quit because it's 4 loops. It's the Scorching Squirrel something trail run in Little Rock. And we're going to go for 20 miles. That's the plan. And I think we can do it. It's going to be early in the morning, and I'll have my brother with me. So we'll force each other to keep going. I don't see. I don't tap out of things. Like I take a lot of pride in not having a DNF in any race I've done. Now I've also never done more than 26.2 miles, but still, I've never tapped out of a race or anything like that. I've run hurt. I've run sick. I'm just not going to miss something I've committed to do when it comes to that, or really anything for that matter. But yeah, the thing is, we basically just have the option to quit whenever we want to quit because it's like you do a loop. All right, did you do? We'll do more than one loop, which is basically a 10K. But on that third loop, it might creep into my head of, we could be done right now, right? Then keep going. So we'll just kind of have to see how it goes because technically you don't DNF if you're just like, hey, I'm good with this option type of thing. What are your thoughts on that?
We just have different opinions on tapping out, I guess, because I will quit if I need to or if I want to. So I would quit if it's too much for me. That's just my thought process for sure.
Well, I've never done more than 26.2 miles. So anybody the real test of that is if I ever try to do a 50 miler or a 100 mile or something like that. That would be the test. 26.2 I can do in my sleep. And I'm not saying it's easy, but I mean, I've done 14 of them. I've gotten, the first one was very tough. I was never even thinking about quitting, but it was extremely tough. The last one, number 14, was extremely easy because I was a pacer and it was a pretty slow time for me. So I was just going out and having fun. And I mean, it was a blast. Had a great time. Uh, but that's not testing myself really. 26.2. The real test would be if I ever tried to go beyond. I know I could do a 50K. Just don't know that I want to. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. I just don't know that I want to go beyond a marathon. A marathon. Never know. The idea of getting a buckle, which is they don't do medals at ultras. It's a buckle that they give you. That's just how it's always been. Ultras have been around for a long time, and a buckle has always kind of been the prize. Western States Endurance Run is basically kind of the Boston Marathon of ultras. I think that's a good comparison. It's kind of the holy grail of that one. Like you have to qualify for that one. It's in California. I don't remember what part. I know it's in the mountains and trails of California, and you got to go 100 miles. If you do it in 24 hours or less, or actually, yeah, it's less than 24 hours, you get a silver buckle. That's the kind of the big time prize that they give you. If you do it in less than 30 hours, you get the bronze buckle. And if you come in after 30 hours, you're declared like you're not a finisher. It's basically just you don't get an official time. So you have to qualify for that. You can't just sign up to do it. It's you have to qualify like you do for Boston, etc. And I don't know that I would ever want to do a 100-mile race to do another 100-mile race, if that makes sense. That's just not something that's appealing to me at this point in my life. Things can always change. You never know, but I don't see that happening for me anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm not interested in even a marathon, let alone 100 miles. Absolutely not.
The furthest race that I know of is a 250-mile race. It's called like Cordona. I used to be really into ultras, like watching it, or just kind of watching the people that document themselves doing it. I mean, you have a level of fatigue that you have to fight through that I can't really. I can fathom it, but you think it's one of those things. You think it's going to be this hard, and it's probably 10 times harder than that. You have to really dig deep and really want it and fight certain things. I mean, it's not abnormal to lose toenails. I saw a girl that ran a 100-mile race and did great, killed it. She said, "Can't wait for the next one. I just need my toenails to grow back first." But I think they've made like they have special socks now. They're toe socks, and they're making them to where your feet actually look perfectly fine after running these distances, these 100 miles, etc. Um, I had after running the Memphis half marathon, I thought I was going to lose a toenail, the one next to my big one. You saw it, right?
Yeah, you showed me, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was pretty black. I thought I was going to lose the thing. It turned out my shoes, after enough research, my shoes were too small, basically, because the only way I could wear Asics comfortably is if I have a size 10, I believe. And for my Brooks, they're always 10 and a half. Now the ones I walk around in, work in, they're a size 10 because that's just more comfortable for me. There's no slippage or anything like that. If I'm doing it, I've basically decided if I'm doing anything with the name marathon in it or above, which I haven't done. So anything with the name marathon in it, I'm just going to get half a size bigger and just do the runner's loop to keep the heel from slipping and rubbing a blister back there. And I actually suggested that to a buddy of mine who was having the same issue. I said, just go half a size bigger in your shoe. And I haven't had an issue since. I still train in the Asics that are size 10s, and things are fine. Like as long as I don't go 13 miles or more, I don't have any problems. Uh, so if you're running longer distances, get a half a size shoe bigger than what's like right up on your foot. Um, yeah, shorter distances, what you wear normally is probably fine, if that makes sense. Because I like my shoe kind of right, not right up on the toe, but pretty close. And so that's what I'll do the shorter distances in. If I'm running longer than that, though, because I don't like my heel slipping. If I'm running longer than that, I need that half an inch more room for my toe to move around and not be rubbed up against the top of the shoe or the end. Yeah. So that's a good way to keep your toenails intact for those of you wondering. We got to talk about something on this show, Michelle.
I'm aware.
We haven't done any races recently. There was one yesterday
It
in
was
Fort Smith or Barling. It was
Barling,
technically
technically.
Barling. The Brent Morrison Memorial 8K, which is just under 5 miles, I believe. It's like 4.93, something like that. It's just under 5 miles. I did do it last year. I had an iron season in the Grand Prix last year, so I did it last year. And it was one of my better races, I thought anyway. I looked at my time from a year ago compared to around the group of people this year that I finished with, like just ahead or just behind of. And it was actually considerably slower compared to how they did yesterday. So a lot of people had a really good race. Now I'm also faster this year too, but I felt like I had a good race last year. It was hot, but I was more prepared for it because that Andy Bushman race humbled the crap out of me because I was not ready for it. It was the first hot race of the year. That was in June. And so I made it a point to be prepared for that one in Barling last year, and I had a much better showing. But I didn't see the turnout yesterday. I know my run club didn't have a lot. They didn't have a lot of men. I don't know about the women. I haven't looked into it. I've been so into studying anatomy and physiology too. I just haven't had time for anything else. Um, what are you looking at now? Results?
I'm looking at the Grand Prix from they updated it, so I was looking to see how the teams have done.
How did it go?
Um, so men's yesterday, the Little Rock Road Runners came in first, followed by River Valley Runners, Spa Pacers, and then Cabot Cruisers.
I'm
Um,
actually shocked Cava got fourth. So
I
I
got
mean,
fourth.
I'm actually okay with that.
Women's team, Little Rock Road Runners came in first, then Spa Pacers, Saline County Striders, Western Arkansas Runners, and then the fart team. So our women came in 5th and Cabot Cruisers came in 6th.
Wow. So the men actually had a better showing than our women did.
Yes.
Wow. Not good for our women's team who was in first place. I don't know if they still are. Or they did Little Rock surpass them. Now the Little
They
Rock go ahead.
they are still in first place, but they are now only ahead by 5 points.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for Little Rock to catch them. Obviously rooting for Cabot. I'm a cruiser, so I'm naturally going to root for my run club.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Little Rock teams are usually the teams to beat. I know the men have won it every year since 2008. The women have won it, I think, every year but 1 year. Between now and then, I know the cruisers got them 1 year, but when they all show up, I don't want to say unbeatable, but pretty close. They're tough to beat. The Little Rock clubs. They got a lot of talented runners in those clubs. But I don't know. Good job, everybody. There were a lot of really fast times yesterday. Like wow, people showed up and showed out yesterday because that's not an easy course either. It's very like this. Lots of it just looks like a wavelength a lot of times throughout the course. Now it's not like intense hills, but there is a lot of just up and down. And I liked the course, but it was hot. I'm sure it was yesterday. It's I know it's not an easy summer race, but if you're prepared, you shouldn't have any problems. But I had a good time last year. I will be back up in that area in September. You and I both will be for the Stampede 10K, but that's actually in Fort Smith. That one's in downtown Fort Smith, not in Barling, which is outside of Fort Smith. But congrats to everybody that ran that race yesterday. There is one more Grand Prix race this month. It's in Clarksville. It's a new addition. It's the Peach Festival 4 miler. So it's a 4 mile race in Clarksville. Um, I haven't done much in Clarksville except stop at the Walmart or stop to go to the bathroom or anything like that on my way to Northwest Arkansas. Now, when I lived in Northwest Arkansas, I would oftentimes meet people like if I needed something, I would meet my family in Clarksville sometimes or Russellville. If I was getting something that I needed, didn't happen often, but it happened a couple of times. When I got my first dog, I met not my first dog, my last dog, Dexter. I got him in Russellville, so a little past Clarksville. But I don't know much about Clarksville other than that, and that they used to have a really good basketball team. So that's my knowledge of them. We did play them in football, and they beat us the last time I played them. But they also had their running back who had 199 rush yards that game and a couple touchdowns. It turned out he was like 21. So and or something like that. He was definitely not eligible, and so they uh, had to forfeit that game against us. So we finished the year 6-4. We were 5-5 on the field, but we were 6-4 because they had to forfeit that game over to us because the guy was a grown man out there playing against high school kids.
That's wild.
It's not unheard of, but yeah, they definitely got caught.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all that's left as far as the Grand Prix goes this month. But you and I will be doing the Hope Watermelon 5K, and we'll do a lot of discussion about that the next time y'all see us again.
Yes.
But what are your that's a big race. We can talk about it a little bit, I guess, right now. That's a I did it for the first and only time last year. It's a championship race and not just Grand Prix. I think well it is Grand Prix, but it's like a I don't understand how it goes really. They have these state championship races, and it's like it's a championship race for the Grand Prix, it's a state championship race for the RRCA, something like that. I don't know exactly. But that means basically you're getting more people, more fast people to show up and show out. And it was a cross country championship event also, so you get a lot of high school kids, and that's cool in a sense because you get some really fast young people out there running, but you also that also means you get kids that don't know the runner's etiquette yet. And so there was a girl that stopped right in the middle of everybody last year to tie her shoe, stopped right in the middle of the herd and just dropped down to tie her shoe. This is kind of like a quarter mile into the race, by the way. And another one stopped in the middle of everybody and then started walking. It's like, go to the side, go to the
Yeah.
side and do this. You would
Yeah.
think common sense would dictate that, but kids are kids. And guys are like, people are running fast, like really hard, especially those cross country kids. So there's going to be puke. There will be puke at the finish line.
Oh
Like
God.
I would bet if we were betting money, I would like if it were a betting line, I would say 70% chance that there would be. If this were Vegas, I'd say 60% chance that there would be puke at the finish line, either right before or right after.
It is, there are gonna be high school track girls and boys team. It is gonna be a competition again. Hello.
Yeah, I figured, but yeah, I mean, it's just a 5K. You just got to go gut it out for 3.1 miles, and then as soon as you cross the finish line, you get water. They have ice tubs with those like water towel things you can put on your neck, head, etc. And they have sliced watermelon sitting there waiting on you. So that's pretty nice after running that hard.
Yeah, I do like
I enjoyed
watermelon.
it. Yeah, I enjoyed it last year. But yeah, that's what's next up for us. It's a pretty good drive for me, about 2 hours, 20 minutes. Not quite as far for you,
Yep.
but still a pretty decent drive, over an hour. But that's what we have next. In the meantime, I'm just gonna basically be trying to squeeze in runs when I can over the course of these next 4 weeks. I'm doing yard work today. I have about a third of a tree laying in my backyard, maybe a quarter. Um, but a pretty good sized limb fell yesterday in my backyard, and it fell perfectly. Didn't hit any power lines, anything. Like didn't tear anything up, just fell perfectly. And that tree has periodically just fell. It's just fallen apart in pieces, and it hasn't really destroyed anything. It's always kind of fallen perfectly. So I am thankful for that. So I'll go deal with that today. I'm going to go mow. My plan is to mow my front yard, go out there and either drag that limb to the front or cut it in sections to where I can drag it to the front and then mow the backyard. And then that's a wrap. Maybe do a discussion because I have to do a discussion about our first exam. I have to write basically 5 to 6 sentences about a sensory organ that intrigues me and comment on two others post. So I'll have to do that tonight, but sooner I get it done, the better.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't a hard class. It's just a lot.
A lot of
So
work.
yeah, it would be hard for some, but it's not hard. It's just a lot of work. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But need the crap out of my computer.
A
No
lot of
earthquake. It's just my knee.
a lot of work in just a short amount of time. Like if you took this in the normal semester, it wouldn't be as nearly as much or as hard.
Correct. Well, it felt like a lot last year or in the spring because I took AP1 in the spring. But yeah, it's over 16 weeks as opposed to 5.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's going to be a lot. But hey, we're 1 week down. Just have 4 to go at this point.
Yeah, you got
And,
this.
yeah, I can do it. I took my lab test right before getting on here. I was going to take it after, but I was like, I'm going to try to knock this out and then do the podcast, just get it over with. So that's not weighing on my mind. But yeah, knocked that out. Did pretty decent, I thought, and now here we are.
Here we are.
All right, Michelle, let's you did. Now it's up on our vlog. Would you like to plug our vlog for those that maybe haven't checked it out yet?
For those of you who only listen to the podcast version, we do have a couple of vlogs up on our YouTube channel. So
Couple.
we have three. So we have one of the our trip to Memphis, and then we have just us sitting and chatting about why we started this podcast. And our most recent one was my attempt to run a half marathon with no training. So we posted that one last week, and you can um, go to YouTube and check all of those out. Like, subscribe, comment, all the things.
All the things,
All
yes.
the things.
Um, and we won't say how the Michelle's half marathon ended for those of you that haven't seen it yet, but would you like to describe the experience without giving any spoilers, Michelle?
It was hot and humid. We ran out by the Big Dam Bridge out on the river trail. So hot, humid, mostly flat except for the bridge.
Yeah, I mean it was a nice trail to do it, but it was hot.
So
Uh,
hot.
yeah. We started early. When did we start? Like a little after 6:30.
Yeah. So we wanted to start at 6:30. One of us was maybe trying to delay starting just a little bit, so we started a little after 6:30.
This is one of us. Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah, obviously.
But why would you want to do that? Because it's just going to be hotter the longer you wait.
It wasn't that I was thinking about the heat, it was I didn't want to do it.
Okay, fair enough. But you went out there and you ran.
I did.
Uh, we did it in intervals and we did it at your pace. The
Yes.
goal was just to finish. So uh, take a guess how it went and then go check it out if you're curious as to how it went and if Michelle finished.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, we were supposed to talk about that on our last podcast a little bit, but we ran out of time and it slipped my mind. Michelle's a little salty at me about that.
Just a little bit.
Pulling the curtain back a little bit for this last episode until, well, in a month, basically.
Yep.
All right. So basically, yeah, I'm going to try to squeeze in runs when I can between now and the Hope 5K because my goal was going into that was to be better, to be faster than I am now. I don't know how realistic that is at this point. I'll try that, but if I can just maintain between now and then, I'd be happy with that. Uh, because 5 mile runs take a lot out of me in this heat. Now, if it's spring or fall or winter, anything other than summer in Arkansas right now, it's not so bad. But like I feel fine after. But I don't know, this heat's rough and takes a little more out of me than usual. It's good training. It's really good training. I know it makes me better. But with everything else I have to do, I can't just come in and take a shower, make something to eat, and go to bed. I got to come in and do homework. I got to come in and study and do lecture assignments, lab assignments. I carved up a cow eyeball a couple days ago. I sent you the pictures of it. That was pretty fun actually. Low key, that was interesting. Did
It's
you enjoy the pictures I sent you?
not really, but I've taken anatomy too, so I've done all of that, but it still just grosses me out. I don't want to see it.
Well, we've still got a sheep heart, a whole like baby pig basically,
Yeah.
and a pig kidney. So I'll be sure to send you the pictures of all that when that happens over the course of these next 4 weeks, because I know how much you enjoy it. What are you checking under your desk? Do you have a cat under there?
No, I don't have a cat.
Yeah, just not going to tell anybody.
I was just looking, that's all.
Okay. Well, eyes up here, Michelle. This is where the show is. All right. So yeah, I'm going to try to. I'll try to get better, but if I can maintain, like I'll just hit the button on taking that. But basically, my runs, the goal is going to be because I got to mow my yard every week. It's the only way to stay on top of it. Like it needs it now. It really needed it Thursday, but there just wasn't time. I had two tests to take this week and a cow eyeball to play with and etc. So it'll get done today. It did rain a little bit today, but it's so hot out, it's gonna dry up pretty quick. But I gotta go mow. I gotta carve up a tree and get it to the front of the yard for the city to pick up. But basically, my workout over the next month is going to consist of a couple of runs plus yard work because I got to push mower. That's not self propelled. I count that as a workout in this heat.
I
Ow.
agree with that.
What's next up for you, Michelle, as far as your workout routine over the next month and your preparation for this Hope Watermelon 5K that we're doing?
I will hydrate.
Okay.
It's too hot. I'm not running. I'm not going outside. Absolutely not. That's no.
So you'll go outside and you'll look at your watermelons and blackberries and pick
Yeah.
all that, but
Yeah.
not
I'll
gonna go.
garden. That's what
All
I'll
right.
do. I'll continue gardening with my cucumbers, watermelons, tomatoes, and blackberries that are doing wonderful for those who want to know.
You did something I thought was weird with your tomatoes, though. Do you want to share that secret? You know what it is, don't you?
Um, I poured milk on them. Um, my milk was going bad, so I added water and then poured milk onto my tomatoes just to give them a little bit more calcium.
So do you pour them directly on the tomato?
Like you pour it into the soil.
Okay, so you don't pour it over the tomato.
No, you pour it so it soaks it up just like it would water.
All right.
It's just milky water. Look, I did
Okay.
this for the first time last year and my tomatoes produced until November. So we're gonna do it again and see what happens.
I'm not questioning it. I'm not a gardener. I just didn't know that was a. I mean, what you're saying makes sense, I think, to an extent. Um, I also didn't know there were male and female plants until you told me about that.
Yeah, the female plants are the ones that produce fruit. The male plants are pollinate. So that's why we need our pollinators, our butterflies, our bees, because they're going to transplant the pollen from the male flower to the female flower so that you get fruit.
Transplant or transfer?
Transfer.
Okay. All right. Will they transfer and then transplant?
Probably not.
Okay, they just transfer it.
Yeah.
And the female plant takes care of the rest.
The,
Makes sense. I get that. That's not as weird as you know, mammals making babies and stuff. It's almost seems more natural, I think.
yeah.
The plants, that is. All right, we're going down a weird path here. Um, but yeah, you and I didn't do a race yesterday, so we basically just we have a lot of other stuff going on. So we got to talk about what we're going to do between now and then. Um, you do have a device in Midnight's room that you were using for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So how come you're not planning to play with that thing more?
I mean, the plan is there. There's just been other things that have been going on that have taken up my time. So that's why it has not been a priority. I've done it a
Describe
few times, but
describe it for those wondering what we're talking about.
I have a smart gym. It's called Expedience Gym Monster. So it's just a smart gym, like it's a cable gym. I can do all kinds of strength workouts on it. It's kind of like if you know what a tonal is, it's a more cost efficient tonal that does not attach to the wall, so I can move it wherever.
It's like the mirror one, right? It
Yeah.
almost works as like a mirror.
Not really. No, there's no mirror or anything like that.
Well, it's a screen, right? And you just follow
Yeah,
what's on the
I
screen.
have a screen and I follow, and it can go up to 250 pounds, I think, maybe
What do you
260.
what do you or do you recommend that? Because I've never done one, and cable workouts can be different as far as free weights go and all that. Because I used to be a personal trainer back in the day, and yeah, I know there's a big difference there as far as resistance training with cables and free weights. So, is it something you would recommend? Some people don't like it. I like it. I like training with cables, but what is it something you'd recommend to people?
Yeah, I like it as well. I think if you want a home gym and you are looking for something that's not going to take up a lot of space, that's a little cost efficient, you don't want to have free weights, you don't want to have to worry about all of that, I think it's a good option. It works very well. It's like 2 feet by 4 feet total when in use, so it does not take up a lot of space at all. And then it's good for like by yourself because you can turn the weight on and off with the push of a button. So there's a safety feature, which is also good for those people who are concerned about safety.
Oh, good deal. All right. Well, we're pretty much out of time, so we will see y'all again in a month. And yeah, describe the Hope Watermelon 5K and everything else we had going on between now and then, most likely. And I'll try to squeeze in runs between now and then. Maybe tomorrow if I have time. If not, it'll have to be Wednesday or maybe Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll see y'all in August. Till then, I'm Grandpa. It's Michelle Zingulis. See y'all next time.
See ya.